It's just after 7. So I did the lightning lane. It was 12:05 to 1:05, I think. It was $14. It's fine. And then I did Genie Plus, and they do overlap, but I think we'll be fine. That one's like $11.50 to $12.50. I don't know what order we'll do it in. I feel like the lightning lane the fancy ride is probably more important. The only question is, do I try to go back to sleep? I still have to take notes for yesterday. I'm so congested because there's no fan in here. I feel like I'm trying to hide my eye from the light. I don't know. So $100 today. Will today be the most expensive day of the trip? Because Genie Plus, Flight of Passage, Space 220, and After Hours Party. Probably. It's fun. We were gonna do tours this trip, which are still not back. So, we had all planned on kind of spending a substantial amount of money on this vacation. So, it's fine. Hopefully the tours come back soon. Okay. I may figure out if I'm awake or not. So, I did in fact get up. Sort of. Doing my notes. This is, by the way, how I take notes for the trip. So I do. Is there any identifying information over here? No, I don't think so. So I have a cover page. This is my previous trip, and then I do an itinerary, a rough idea, and then and these are all the Happy Planner stickers. I was using a physical planner, but I'm not anymore. So now I just have to use I have stickers to use. And then I do a best day ever thing, basically. So, one for every day. And then this is a daily, just quick things I like to keep track of. So, what I eat. This started because I was tracking everything I eat, but I do like it it makes it easier, when I'm writing a trip report. When I wake up, when I leave, when I go to bed, and the steps I took for the day. You got my little girls right here. And my Tiana page. Ray, we stan Ray in this house. These were things I wanted to try and buy. What I spent, and where, and then this is where I put all of my notes. So I just set up a day for each. These are pictures I wanted to try to take. I took some notes about on-ride photos because I always wonder where they are. Some stuff I wanted to film. And then my packing list, last minute list, my stuff I should do before I leave. I didn't check any of it off, but I did do these things, so at least there's that. My cat's list for him to go to my mother's. That's obviously not a real mouse. And then these were my outfits, the masks to go with them, and that's it. And so I'm going to go to I'm probably going to update this, and then I will start taking notes on yesterday and Friday a little bit. So normally I do this at night while it's fresher in my head, but I was just very tired last night, so I'll do it today. And then I will take a shower and stuff. So, and can we talk about my ears? I may have a problem. I bought 3 yesterday, plus the 10 I brought with me. It's fine. Everything's gonna be fine. I don't have a problem. I moved to the table because that felt more responsible. But look at these cups. I have my tea in here. They have Mickey on them. That's so cute. Okay. Alright. So this is my outfit. So I tried to like tie this on the inside. I saw that on TikTok. It looks better, but my tie just pops off. So that's gonna be a no from me. And I have this lip, which isn't very clean. Maybe this picture, this one will be better. I forgot I was gonna wear a lip liner. It should have helped, but my lip lipstick. This drawer keeps opening, and sometimes if I slam it, it stays closed. It's not gonna stay closed. See, look at it. Look at it. Anyways, so it's the Maybelline Super Stay 24 Hour. I typically use this, or please hold. This Maybelline, the matte ink, which I have a red of this, but what I like about this one is that it comes with the gloss, so your lips aren't as dry. And I'm not a big fan of the dry feeling of a matte. I prefer like, is this Maybelline too? Do I have a Maybelline problem? This is Color Sensational. I'm a big fan of a loud pink lipstick. And a red. But, yeah, I forgot to put my red gloss on, or lip liner. But I had literally like just done the lower lip, and I was like, ooh, but this stuff is a pain to get off. So, but yeah, I like this because it comes with the gloss, so I'll carry this with me. It's not horrible. I think from like afar, it's okay. But I feel like a red lip is good for Christmas, right? But I have my cleansing balm, so I can pull this off tonight. And then I'm gonna take this with me. These ears, and should I wear them like this? Or should I wear them like this? I feel like Mickey should be on the front, right? But I really appreciate the holly because that's my name. I apparently stopped filming. Who knows when? I'm not doing that all over again. It is what it is. Okay, I'm leaving. Let me turn this light off. Might as well turn all the lights off. Oh, we can open. I can show you my view real quick. Nothing special. Nothing beautiful. I mean, they're Christmas colored. So there's that. But there's that. Yeah. So I'm gonna head that way, I think, and we shall see. Got a charter bus. We have a ride. There's the tree. People getting their pictures taken. And it's 9:48. Alright. We're meeting at the Tree of Life. Hello. Thank you. Thank you. And now we journey through the park where I never know where I'm going. I think you can technically go both ways. That's so cool. They're so cute. I don't want to take like too many videos with like other people's kids in them because that feels creepy, but Oh, there's some right there.
Fully covering your mouth and nose are required when indoors. Wash your hands off.
The birds are roofing it. I don't understand why the birds always on roofs now. It's a new thing.
If I get dessert, I'll get it tonight.
You get, by the way, you get free water tonight. As much free water as you want.
Oh, that's right. Tonight's the party.
Yeah.
I mean, or free Diet Coke, Coke or Sprite, but I'm just letting you know.
Alright, I'm not gonna.
It's time to rock around the Discovery River. Say hello to Goofy, Chip, and Dale.
Kids meal. Kids meal. I got a cutie. You can eat this if you want.
Oh, okay.
Because as previously discussed, I don't like the orange smell underneath my fingernails. But it was that or a second thing of potato chips, and that felt unnecessary.
You want a place for that?
Yes, please. Do you mind if I use your fork, or do you want me to? It's good.
Oh, wow. All different colors.
Yeah.
White, pink, blue.
Where'd the ducks go? Oh, there they are. Oh, they're hunting. Damn, they're not gonna.
Oh, there's some ears.
Oh no!
Oh, yeah. Oh. The headman himself.
Big cheese. Ducks, are you gonna watch, or are you just gonna stick your booties in the air? Hi, Mickey. Hi, Minnie. The birds are like right at
Un momento. Wait a minute. I got a question for you. I got a question for you. Are you guys having fun? Yeah! Are you guys having fun? Everybody say, Harambe! That's the magic. That's the magic name of our village here, where you can find the good-looking people can move. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't mind, allow me to introduce you my friend right there. Today, lovely Papa right there. Don't Papa, hell you Papa. Yeah. Today, he's having a special day. Today is his birthday! We're gonna celebrate. Everybody look at me. Everybody look at me. Everybody say Sikuya. 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 Kusaliwa. Kusaliwa. That means happy birthday in Swahili. Swahili. We all gonna kick it together. Everybody, come on, yo. Everybody say, guess what? Wherever you go, wherever you go, please, put your hands together with us. Now, if you don't mind, it is time for your picture taken. Feel free to line up outside the room. We're gonna be here for the picture.
Oh, hi. Oh, there's one over there too. Oh, hi.
Hey, bud. Are you just watching everybody? You're like, what are they doing? Oh, are you going to go play now? I know, right? Well, I think that's how it's part of like how they balance or whatever. Oh, hi.
Full grown.
Are you gonna jump? Very active. Hi. Where'd you go? I can see you with my eyes, but not with my camera. Oh, there's another one.
Yeah.
Hi. Okay, so what stops you from coming out? Because you definitely could. Just joy, you just like being there. Oh, do you have an itch? Look at his little feet hanging off. Like,
Cute.
oh, here comes another one.
Some company.
I don't want to be touched. Don't touch me. Jeez. There's two down by the ladder. Or I guess that's another bridge. Oh, hi. Now are you going to go bother those two?
That's a young one.
Yeah, he probably wants to play and nobody will play with him.
Not very nice.
Hi, guys.
This is endangered.
Go out to find
There's some birds over there. There's some birds hanging out on the rocks. Are those ducks? Wait, they look like ducks. Like,
Look like
oh, and then there's one up there. Like on that branch going on across, like kind of straight across. There's a yellow one that keeps flying around. She's right here.
Fishies. Go right in the front, right over here.
see the hippo?
Yeah. I think she was they only stay down for like a few minutes, so like if you hang out, she should come up. Oh, I like think I missed. I thought it would be more dramatic than that.
Did he breach the water?
I think his nose just went up a little bit.
Literally, just very minimalistic.
I mean, that makes sense. We have to do it like every 8 minutes, you know? I mean, very adorable murder horse. I mean, I would pet a baby hippo. I would take that risk.
What?
I would risk my arm to pet a baby hippo. Have you seen a baby hippo?
Yeah.
Nature shouldn't make it cute if I'm not supposed to pet it.
Maybe my left,
I'm a basic white girl.
not my right.
I will pet a dangerous animal. I follow this guy on TikTok. That's literally what he does. Is he talks about how he's like, wait, maybe we'll just go get dangerous animals. I think these are the meerkats.
Where the mirror? Have you seen any?
Oh, here comes one. Oh, there's one right here coming across.
Right here, you see him?
Oh, I haven't. He jumped.
He went behind.
Yeah, he went behind the
He
rock.
hid right back. Oh, no, he's back up there.
Oh, here comes another one.
Not look.
Oh, here we go.
They're hiding from you.
You see him? You see him, Hubbard? Hey, bud. Oh, they're so cute. Oh, look, here comes another. Okay, now we got him coming this way. Where'd go? Your guys are my favorite. They're so cute. Got some green on them. Look at him. Come sitting up. You see him back here?
See him on the rock?
I think he's chilling.
Are you the Lion King?
Yeah, the most is chilling. These are my favorite. Look at him. I say the toes are the chillest.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they're cannibals or something, but I mean, they are cute. Oh, there's one back there. Oh, so I think the baby is down there.
Actually, that's what they said. He's laying on a blanket.
So it looks like he's giving birth.
Is that his belly? His knees and his belly?
Do you have the hiccup?
I'm guessing he's on his back with his arms folded across his chest.
Doesn't look like he's giving birth though.
Oh, holy cow, look at the size of those hands. Holy cow.
He's the oldest one.
Human.
Yeah. Right.
They all do it kind of. So the closest to is like two half brothers that's sticking their limit kind of close to each other. The one is very protective of the other, but otherwise spot on time. They kind of like, they actually have more intimacy in the illnesses, and then you got to let them have the business. They kind of, you can know they're going to carry it.
Is that his butt? I think that's his butt.
So he's the father of the main one over in the other section.
Cool.
But he's not used to breed anymore.
There's wild animals. Our flight of passage lightning lane is in like 5 minutes. And then we'll do Kilimanjaro Safaris. I'm sweating like crazy. Dehydrated.
Okay, Dr. Stevens, they're ready.
Can everyone see me? Great! Welcome to the Avatar program. Soon, you're going to have a chance to undertake an amazing Navi rite of passage, flying on the back of this powerful animal called an Ikron, or as we call it, a Banshee. The way you're going to do this is by being matched to something called an avatar. And I'm here to help you guys get ready. But first, we have to scan you for Pandora Microparasites. Alright everyone, stay on your number and move your arms a bit. Okay, start scan. You've all got them. But don't worry, they're very common around these parts. Let's start the decon.
Initiating GMR decon.
Stay still over your number, you're not going to feel a thing.
They're all clear.
Great. Now let's go over how all this works. Like I said before, you're going to be matched to these things called avatars, which look a lot like the Navi. They're created by blending human DNA and Navi DNA. Once we match you to an avatar, thanks to a special link chair, your mind will be able to control that avatar. Using avatars to fly this way was all figured out by my boss, Dr. Jackie.
Hi, Lindsay.
I can tell this is going to be a fun safari. That makes me happy.
Just being kind.
Well, you know my name, so let's get to know all of y'all on the count of 3. Everyone yell your name. 1, 2, 3.
How could that?
It's a camera.
Okay.
This is what what they
Smart
use.
one.
I found
I
it.
heard that in my name.
This is what who?
Maybe I don't like
all,
you. We'll see.
All ears uses this now.
Just kidding. So,
Really?
before we
Because
go
it's on,
into
like, a
the
gimbal.
reserve, I want to go over a few safety rules. First things first, please keep your
So I
hands,
thought
arms,
for
legs,
this
feet,
it would
and
be
personal
better.
belongings inside.
I tried
the
to
vehicle.
leave it in my bag and have it
please
from
remain
off-site
seated. Everyone's
passage.
welcome to sit on your lap.
But it
However,
was
they
off
must
when I
remain
got
seated for
off,
the
so I think I didn't.
entirety of our journey. So just make sure they are fully seated. Don't hold them up. Don't pass them across rows. You're not Rafiki. They're not Simba. This isn't the Lion King. If you do happen to drop something over the side of my vehicle, I unfortunately cannot stop to retrieve it, but let me know as soon as possible, and we can get someone out on the reserve to grab it for you, just to let you know that probably won't be in the same condition when you last saw it. Those rhinos like taking selfies. We're waiting for the all clear from our warden to enter the reserve, so while we wait, take a look above your heads at that animal spotting guide. That's a small taste of some of the animals we could see on our adventure today. We may not see all of them. We might see more than are on that list. You never know. It's always a wild time here on the reserve. And there's the all clear from our warden, so we are going to be pulling forward
I
into
wonder
the
if that's what the
Ituri
light is.
forest. The animals here in the Ituri forest are pretty shy, and they use camouflage as their primary form of self-defense against predators. That being said, sometimes these animals are a little difficult to spot, but we've got a lot of eyes on board today, and I'm feeling some excellent safari energy today. So we're going to spot as many of them as we can. And as always, if you feel like I'm missing something, feel free to point it out to me. I don't mind the extra help. To the right-hand side, excuse me, that is an okapi. The okapi might look like a relative of the zebra due to those fun little striped pants it's got going on, but that's actually a relative of the giraffe. The okapi was not discovered by the Western world until 1901. Up until that point, it was thought to be a mythological creature. That gives me a little hope for the unicorn.
Yeah, that's right.
The okapi also has ossicones if it's a male okapi, which are the little pom-pom-like structures you see on the top of giraffes' heads. That's another way that we can tell that they're very closely related animals. Let's see what else we can find as we move on through the Ituri forest here.
Oh,
To the right-hand side, that's a black rhinoceros. Black rhinoceroses are
Up in the in the
one of the
back.
smallest in all of Africa. They only weigh about 3,000 pounds. They have a prehensile upper lip that allows them to pull leaves from trees to eat. Let's see what else. On the tree line to your right-hand side, if you see those kind of copper-colored antelopes, those are bongo. Now, both male and female bongos have horns. And they have vertical white stripes that allow them to blend into the densely packed tree line. To the left-hand side, those large black and white birds are saddle-billed storks. Saddle-billed storks are given their name due to the saddle-shaped shield that grows on their bill. Those birds stand about 5 feet tall, and they have a 9-foot wingspan. They're also monogamous and mate for life, so that's a happy couple that we just passed. Now we're leaving the Ituri forest, and we are going to make a quick stop past the Safi River before we continue on our adventure today. The Safi River is a river ecosystem, as the name might suggest. So remember to keep your eyes on the water as we move forward. To the right-hand side, there's a Nile Hippopotamus. That one's a little hard to see, so with luck we might be able to spot some more. So for those of you who can see it, that's a Nile Hippopotamus. Weighs about 5,500 pounds, fully grown. Now hopefully we'll be lucky and we can see some more as we move on forward. To the left-hand side as well, those are... Nope, those are pink-backed pelicans. There we go. Pink-backed pelicans are given their name due to the pink color that appears on their back during mating season. They have a wingspan of 9 feet, which is as wide as the canopy of my truck.
Wow.
Now let's see if we can see some more Nile hippos. We might be able to.
Oh, there's a person. I see a person.
off to the left-hand side. That one's going to be a little bit easier to see for our friends on the left. Well, maybe. There's a Nile Hippopotamus down there too. It's kind of in between the rocks and the grass. Friends, remember we are going to remain seated. I know the view is kind of difficult, but we are going to stay seated for the entirety of our adventure. Also to your left-hand side, friends, are Nile Crocodiles. Remember, as we cross this bridge, I would love to remind everyone to please remain seated.
Yeah, it's how they cool themselves off.
Yeah, but I'm saying there's not too
Nile
many.
crocodiles are referred to as opportunistic predators, meaning they'll eat just about anything and everything they can get their jaws around. They've got a bite strength of 1 ton per square inch.
They're dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And if you were to measure a Nile crocodile from tip of its tail to tip of its nose, it would be about the same length as a giraffe is tall, which can be anywhere from 16 to 18 feet. Speaking of giraffe, we are headed into the African savanna. The animals here in the African savanna don't typically have the opportunity to camouflage, seeing as this is a wide open grass plain. This is an Ankole cattle. Ankole cattle are those animals with the really large horns off to your right-hand side. We'll get a little closer to them in just a second. Ankole cattle are also called Watusi cattle, named after the people who originally domesticated them. They're one of the only domesticated animals here on the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. There we go, that's a better view. Those horns can grow to be about 6 feet long, and they look really heavy, but those horns are mostly hollow. They are filled with a honeycomb-like vein structure. Blood flows out into the horn, cools off, and then cycles back through the cattle's body.
Wow. That is one happy giraffe.
To the right-hand side as well, that is a Maasai giraffe. We can tell it's a Maasai giraffe based on the pattern on its coat. If you notice, it's kind of a random splotchy pattern. Maasai giraffes stand about 18 feet tall.
Oh, he's eating.
To the left-hand side, you can see them kind of laying on the hill leading up to the den. Those are African painted dogs. African painted dogs are one of the most successful predators in all of Africa. They catch about 90% of the prey that they set out to catch.
Oh, I just saw one.
They're like little fluffy orange things. They look very cute and cuddly.
They are not.
Until they chase you.
And they
It's a
will
shame that
kill
they
you.
chase their prey down until they physically drop from exhaustion. Or you'd want to keep one as a pet. Don't do that. Don't keep them as pets. That's a very bad idea. They are very family-oriented animals, though. They do actually let the sick, elderly, and young members of their pack eat before any of the healthy members, and they'll greet each member of their pack before they start their day's activities. To the left-hand side, we're seeing wildebeest as well as springbok. So wildebeest are these large gray animals, and springbok are the small little ones with the white bellies. There's some on the hill there too. Springbok are one of the smallest members of the antelope family. They stand about 3 feet tall, though that's counting their horns, so I think that's cheating. And they weigh about 100 pounds. Springbok can jump 6 feet in the air, 13 feet forward in a singular movement. Then wildebeest, the ones that we just passed, the large gray ones, wildebeest have one of the largest migrating herds in all of Africa. They can move in groups up to the millions. Wildebeest also have the second largest population density of any mammal, only coming second to humans. Some more springbok off to your right-hand side.
Cattle. Just chilling. Oh, there's another view of this one.
The same giraffe that we saw a little earlier, still off to our right-hand side. Probably looking for a snack. Giraffe are pretty much responsible at pruning the underside of trees out here on the savanna.
I think
In
that's
fact,
where
most
they
of
do
the
that.
landscape here on the savanna is shaped by the animals that live out here. So those antelopes, like the springbok, and then wildebeest will keep the grass cut nice and neat. Giraffe prune the undersides of trees, and large animals like rhinoceros will bulldoze down dead trees to make way for new ones. If you look to your right-hand side, you can see a dazzle of Hartman's mountain zebra. A dazzle is what a group is called. There's also some Maasai giraffe past them. In fact, that's actually one of the youngest members of the giraffe tower off to your right-hand side. You see the little one who's kind of just staring at nothing? He was born in June. Giraffe is called a tower, but a group of giraffe while they're migrating is called a journey. I'm glad you made the reference. It's not our IP, so I can't. But I can't stop you from doing anything. Well, within reason. Really great view of one, actually. Now we can tell this is an African elephant because of the shape of its ears. If you notice, they're triangular shaped. They look like the continent of Africa. There's one a little farther back, too. Now, if you stare at its ears, see the big veins in the ears that kind of make it look like a leaf? Those veins basically operate as a way of regulating body temperature.
Sorry.
So what it's doing right now, flapping its ears back and forth, that's how it'll cool itself off. As it flaps its ears, the blood in its ears cools off, then cycles through its body, cooling the rest of the elephant off. And if it wants to warm itself up, it'll hold its ears out, catch all those nice sun rays. The blood warms up and its ear cycles through its body. It's like a nice built-in AC system. As we cross this bridge, friends, I would love to remind everyone to please remain seated. Now, those elephants that we just passed do have really sensitive skin. So sensitive, in fact, that if they even hear the sound of bees buzzing, they will run in the other direction. Obviously, bees buzzing means they might get stung. So there was kind of this issue in Kenya where some elephants were getting a little... Might be able to see some more elephants off to the left-hand side. These grasses are a little tall. But looks like we might be able to see some as we move on forward through the reserve. We are experiencing some minor delays due to some rhinos crossing the road a little further up. But this is kind of a nice place to be stopped, I think. What we just passed under, those red clay pits, that's really important to elephants. They'll actually dig their tusks into that clay and break off large chunks to eat. Red clay is rich in minerals like sodium and iron that help supplement their diet. They are herbivores, and so they kind of just have to make do with what leaves they have. They can't go down to the nearest grocery store, pick up some spinach to up that iron intake.
And she's getting so
they can
big.
eat
Huh?
Is that Stella? And she's getting all big? Oh my god, she's so big.
I mean, it'd be like that. Most minerals are dirt. Actually, all minerals are dirt. We'll get into a geology lesson later. That's after hours. That's when you get me ranting about college. There's a great view of that elephant over there to the left-hand side. Look at how beautiful they are. I think everyone knows by now that elephants' tusks are made of ivory. Unfortunately, elephants are still to this day hunted because of that ivory. People like to make things out of it. But there's actually a nut that people found that if you polish it, it looks exactly like ivory. And so obviously this is a easily found material. I don't remember the exact name of the nut that it is, what tree it comes from. But they have some examples of it on the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail, which is next to the exit of the safari. So if that's something you're interested in learning more about, I really recommend taking a nice little stroll through there. Any of the trails guides over there know exactly what you'll be talking about if you go in and say, hey, this safari driver was talking about some ivory nut thing. Yeah. They'll go, oh yeah, this, and then you're like, ah yes, she was dumb, it's cool. Anyway, those trees are Baobab trees to the left-hand side. Baobab trees are also known as the upside-down tree or the tree of life, because they look like they've been planted upside down. They can hold thousands of gallons of water in their trunk at any given time, and that water is a valuable source of hydration out here on the savannah. To the left-hand side, those are greater flamingo.
And
greater flamingo, the lightest pink of all flamingo species, however, they are hatched gray. Like you can see from my little gray friend right at the point. There you go, perfect.
Little gray one.
Now they turn pink over time thanks to the food they eat. They eat brine shrimp, and that's what turns.
We're not going to
attack you. It does take
you.
about 2 years, I believe, for them to turn pink. Now, if you take a look at that island, what shape is that island?
It's a Mickey Mouse.
That's right. That's an excellent spotting adventures.
Very loud.
Jeez. smaller but much brighter pink cousin, the lesser flamingo. They can be found on Discovery Island. That's where the Tree of Life is. It's like if you're walking past the Tree of Life, it'll be on the side of the Tree of Life.
gotta
as you're
go in
walking
there.
to
I wanna go
Africa.
in there.
And you'll see those lesser flamingos over there.
Putting out lots of food
I
today.
believe they're near where the kangaroo
They're putting out
are
lots
as
of
well.
food today.
We do have an ostrich crossing the road in front of us. Ostrich can run at speeds of 40 miles per hour, but we're about to see a wonderful example of how little they like to do that. Now this is a female ostrich, we can tell by the color of her feathers. And if you look to your right, you can see the rest of those female ostrich. Look, there's 2 of them back there. Once again, those same kind of browny gray dull feathers that help them blend into the
Like,
densely
excuse
packed
me,
forest
sir,
out here.
sir.
Oh, he just jumped. That was fun. Well, it looks like our friends in front of us might have had some luck spotting animals a little bit along the trail. So we're going to look on our left-hand side up along the tree line. There have been reports of predators in this area, so if you happen to see some, we can stop and we'll look at them for a little bit. Oh, there they are. Now, they're a little difficult to see just because they're in a little shadow right now. But you can, if you look like where the light hits them, you can see the outline of their heads, and that's a good place to start so you can stare at them a little bit more. Now, those cheetah can run at speeds of 60 miles per hour. They have non-retractable claws that they use to dig into the dirt and hit top speeds. They also can use their tail to help them change direction while they run.
They also
It
don't
kind of
roar,
acts as
they go
a-
like this.
Oh goodness. I think it's, what is it, a rudder on a boat? I don't boat. But the thing in the back of the boat that helps you turn. Anyway, more cheetah to the left-hand side. They're sitting up. That one's a little easier to see. If you look through the trees, you can see it's spotless. Those cheetah do get a little bit more active as the day goes on. It's a little hot and a little bright right now for them.
Cool.
I like to call cheetahs the athletes of the savannah, and that's because they also have that nice little black marking going on around their eyes. That helps absorb the light from the sun so they don't become blinded as they hunt during the daytime here on the savannah. It's obviously super bright out here. They don't
But
have
have you
sunglasses.
heard of a honey
They're
badger?
cats.
Because
So those black markings absorb the light from the sun, keep it from reflecting back up into their eyes. It works very similarly to sunglasses, of course, and also eye black from like American football players. Now if we take a look along the left-hand side, this is a copy rock. Copies are something that lions typically use as a home base, enough that they can keep a lookout for prey, but typically hollow somewhere on the inside so they can hide from the elements.
hollow.
Not a lot of things like getting rained on, which I mean, same.
Oh, hi.
Speaking
where
of
they
bright
put their
lights,
food.
golly, it's a real bright day today. To the right-hand side, I wondered why Kyle was talking about rhinos. There's rhinos to the right.
Oh my God.
Those rhinos over there are white rhinoceros. They're actually one of the largest in all of Africa. They weigh about 5,000 pounds when they're fully grown. You can see right now they're a little muddy. So they'll wallow around in mud to cool off. Mud also acts as a sunscreen and a bug spray for these animals. A group of rhinoceros is called a crash. They also have very poor eyesight. They can really only see about 12 feet in front of them. Let's see if we can see. There we go. To the left-hand side. See on that rock? There is a lion. Taking a little cat nap. Now, lions sleep for about 20 hours a day. It's almost always nap time here on the savannah. But they're mostly active at night. That's when they do their hunting, although that male lion doesn't hunt at all.
It's a lazy bum.
It's pride to protect it from incoming predators. A lion's roar can be heard from up to 5 miles away. So sometimes we're lucky and can hear it in the village. To the left-hand side, if you see those fuzzy rocks taking a nap in the sun, those are warthogs. They're very cute. Warthogs have
Oh,
two sets
yeah.
of tusks. One really large set of tusks that you can see sticking up over the sides of its mouth, and then a small set of tusks, which is usually hidden, and that's used for self-defense. If you look to your right-hand side, you can see that smallest rhino. The itty-bitty one. I mean itty-bitty, he's like 1,500 pounds. But that itty-bitty one in comparison, that is one of the youngest members of the rhinoceros crash. He's a little over a year old. I don't know if anyone's heard the great news
There's
that
another one.
the Harambe Wildlife Reserve has been fortunate enough to have 2 more white rhinoceros born in the last few months.
I knew about one.
They are off bonding with their
Way to
mothers.
go. Way to go, Dugan,
But
man.
that's a really great step for white rhinoceros conservation.
They brought him here. He did his job,
They're an
man.
endangered species, and unfortunately, the white rhinoceros was hunted almost to extinction because of
Maybe
its
it's 'cause
horns.
we
A lot of
met
people
him.
that thought their horns had magical or medicinal properties, and that's not true. Their horns are made of keratin, which are the same things that our fingernails and hair are made of. So nothing magical about that. And it's really sad to see those beautiful, gentle animals being hunted for such a trivial reason. But we are doing
you said
our
from
best to
goats.
protect what white rhinoceros are left in the world.
I think at night they
Now
bring
we're passing the
hyenas
Warden's
out here.
outpost, and you can see right now the Wardens are keeping Nigerian dwarf goats. Nigerian dwarf goats are oftentimes kept by farmers as a second source of income. My favorite is that one that's right at the front. She looks like a toasted marshmallow. I love her. No one asked, but it's fine. I overshare. Now, these animals are kept by farmers typically because they produce a really nutritious milk that can be turned into a variety of products like cheese and soap. They also are really small livestock in comparison to your more traditional livestock, so they take up less space, less resources, and they will eat like weeds and invasive plants that could harm crops. So it's a really great example of how we can work with wildlife to build a sustainable farm rather than work against it. Now, passing that Warden's outpost does mean that we are coming to the close of our adventure here on the Harambe.
I booked Festival of the Lion King at 1:30. We just went to the bathroom. For the 2 o'clock show. We haven't seen Lion King since it reopened, so that's exciting. And our safari driver, Lindsay, was amazing. I loved her. I'm not sure how good my filming was because I used a different camera. We'll see. This should be good. We'll probably do like one more thing after this. My dad wants to leave really early to get to Epcot for our 5 o'clock, 5:25 reservation. Oh, I see my phone. She ignored my text.